Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're going to plunge into a topic that's really set to revolutionize how we all shop, the global virtual reality and retail market. We're drawing our insights from a fascinating report by Cognitive Market Research. Our mission today is basically to unpack the rapid transformation and, frankly, the explosive growth predicted for this market. We want to help you grasp the key drivers and some surprising regional dynamics. How you might be buying everything from clothes to cars pretty soon.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here, I think, is how these numbers, they paint such a vivid picture. Immersive commerce is becoming, well, a widespread reality. We'll explore not just what the sheer scale of this growth, but also try and hint at the why it matters. We'll connect these projections to, real shifts in how consumers behave and what it means for the future of retail.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the big picture numbers first. So the global virtual reality and retail market, it was valued at roughly, what, $2.5 billion back in 2021?
That's right, 2,539.6 million to be precise.
Okay, 2.5 billion. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's projected to just skyrocket to a staggering $49 billion. That's 49,112.6 million by 2033.
Wow. If we connect that to the bigger picture, that's almost a 20-fold increase, just, in a little over a decade. That represents a compound annual growth rate, or AGR, of about 28%.
Right, 28% CAGR.
And for listeners, CAGR is essentially the average annual growth rate over that whole period, but it accounts for the compounding effect year on year. So 28%. That's not just growth, it's a dramatic acceleration. It really indicates a fundamental shift in how consumers are engaging with retail. It seems driven by these immersive experiences just becoming more and more accessible.
Absolutely. This isn't just like gradual evolution. It feels more like a revolution happening right now. So, okay, let's dive into where this growth is hitting hardest around the world. Maybe start with North America.
Sounds good. They are leading the charge in terms of market size.
Yeah, kicking off with North America, definitely leading in sheer size. The market there was valued at around $890 million in 2021, give or take. $891.211 million. And is projected to reach over $16.7 billion by 2033. That's 16,735.2 million. That's a strong CGR too, nearly 28%, 27.698% to be exact.
And within that, the U.S. is the giant.
Right. The United States takes the lion's share. It's on track to reach over $12.6 billion by 2033. Canada also showing really robust growth, projected to hit nearly $2.8 billion.
Strong numbers across the board there.
But here's something that jumped out at me, a bit of a surprising leader in growth rate: Mexico. Starting from a smaller base, sure, around $50 million in 2021, 50.161 nevers, but is forecasted to expand significantly to over $1.25 billion by 2033, $1,254.09. And that means it has the highest regional to AGR within North America, over 30%, 30.423%.
Yeah, Mexico's surge is fascinating, isn't it? While the U.S. and Canada are these huge established markets, Mexico's accelerated adoption rate, it kind of suggests a potential leapfrogging effect. In markets maybe with less entrenched traditional retail infrastructure, consumers and businesses might just be more open to adopting cutting-edge tech like VR, especially if it offers clear benefits and accessibility right away. It's a pattern we might see pop up again elsewhere.
That's a great point. Leapfrogging. Interesting. Okay, so from North America's sheer volume, let's shift gears. How about Europe? Another significant player.
Absolutely. A major market.
Yeah, the European market was valued around $650 million in 2021, and it's anticipated to grow to nearly $12 billion by 2033. That's 11,983.5 million. The CAGR there is about 27.5%, 27.476%. Still very strong.
And you see the big economies driving a lot of that value.
Exactly. You see major economies like the UK. The United Kingdom projected around $2.7 billion by 2033. 2,699.72 cents, with a strong 28.3% CGR. Germany as well, nearly $2 billion, $1,965.86, with almost a 28% CGR. France, Italy, Russia, they're all strong contributors too, each expected to be well over $1 billion or close to it by 2033.
It definitely prompts us to consider, well, while those individual countries show really solid growth, what's particularly striking, I think, is the rest of Europe. Collectively, that group shows the highest regional CGR in Europe, over 31%, 31.068%. It started smaller, sure, just under 40 million in 2021, 39.157 M, but projected to hit $1,777.22. So this isn't just about a few major tech hubs. It kind of suggests a really broad, diffuse adoption happening across the continent, maybe reflecting diverse consumer demands or perhaps innovative smaller players jumping into the market.
Good point. Broad adoption, not just concentrated. Okay, let's head over to the Asia-Pacific, a truly dynamic hub in this burgeoning market.
Definitely dynamic.
Revenues there were nearly $584 million in 2021, 583.984 MO, and they're projected to reach over $12.1 billion by 2033. $12,119.01. It's a TBAGR of roughly 28.6%, 28.612%, so slightly higher than Europe overall.
And China's a huge part of that story.
Oh, absolutely. China leads the region, set to hit over $4 billion by 2033, $4,011.07 EMS. That's a CAGR close to 29%, 28.994%. Japan is also a major force, expected to reach over $2.2 billion, $2,259.86. And India, too, shows really remarkable momentum, almost a 30% EGR, 29.98%, growing from about $65 million in 2021 to over $1.5 billion by 2033, or $1,525.91.
Oh, and it's also worth noting Taiwan. They're marking a really strong 30+% CAGR, 30.248% too. Yeah, the growth in Asia Pacific isn't just about population size, is it? It seems really driven by tech-savvy consumers and rapid digital infrastructure development. A lot of Asian markets are mobile first, aren't they? So VR experiences, maybe particularly through mobile tethered headsets or even AR on smartphones, could just slot right into existing digital shopping habits.
That makes sense. Seamless integration. Okay, next up, let's head south. South America. Now, it's starting from a smaller base, but the market is steadily growing. Projected to reach over $3.1 billion by 2033, $3,102.96. That's up from about $170 million in 2021, 107 MS. It's a healthy 27.4% CAGR, 27.425%.
And Brazil's leading there.
Brazil leads the charge, yeah. Expected to be over $1.3 billion by 2033, $1,333.98. Solid growth across the board there, too, that seems like it. Okay, moving to the Middle East, we see robust expansion here as well. Revenues are forecasted to reach over $3.3 billion in 2033. $3,353.47. That's up from roughly $160 million in 2021, $162.05. That's a significant CAGR too, 28.7%, 28.735%.
Slightly higher than the global average.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia and Turkey are key players, both projected to exceed $900 million by 2033. Saudi Arabia is actually projected over $1.2 billion, $1,232.94. But the UAE in particular shows really exceptional growth. It's marking the highest regional KGR there at over 29.5%. 29.503%.
You know, what's particularly interesting in the Middle East, I think, is the emphasis often placed on luxury retail and really immersive experiences. That aligns perfectly with what VR can do, right? You have high disposable incomes in places like the UAE, plus a real tech-forward vision from the government and businesses. That seems to be accelerating adoption.
Huge connection, luxury and tech-forward vision driving it. Okay, and finally, a region that really stood out in the report, the surging market in Africa.
Ah, yes, this is really notable.
It had the smallest revenue base in 2021, about $81 million. 81.25 M, but it is projected to surge to over $1.8 billion by 2033, $1,818.48. And get this, it's growing at a remarkable 30.164% CAGR.
Right. This is truly fascinating because Africa as a whole shows the fastest overall regional growth rate, faster than anywhere else. It's such a powerful signal of significant potential there.
And Nigeria is leading within Africa.
Nigeria, yes, and South Africa too.
Nigeria led with nearly 40 million, 39.894 MM in 2021, expected to reach over 930 million at 931.512 euros by 2033. That's an astounding 30.65% CAGR. And South Africa showed similar strong growth, over 31% CAGR, 31.017%, from about 22 million, 32.669 errors to over 540 million, 544.172 emmers.
Exactly. And this explosive growth in Africa, especially when you combine it with, say, Mexico's strong performance we talked about earlier, it really highlights how VR in retail is gaining serious traction way beyond the established big tech markets. It suggests that these emerging economies, maybe because they have less legacy infrastructure to sort of wrestle with, they might be poised to leapfrog directly into these new immersive shopping paradigms. It indicates a truly global consumer readiness for this shift.
Wow. Leapfrogging seems to be a recurring theme then. So what does all this actually mean for you, the listener? I mean, these aren't just abstract numbers floating around, are they? They really represent a fundamental shift in how we might all interact with brands and products, like really soon. And of course, for the precise figures, the detailed breakdown on any specific region or country, you can always find the full report linked in our show notes.
Yeah, I think one key takeaway here is just that We're seeing this global embrace of immersive shopping experiences. It's happening everywhere. It points towards a future where, trying on clothes virtually or walking through a digital showroom for a car or furniture
Mm,
or just interacting with products in 3D, that could become as common as just browsing online is today. This is really consumer adoption driving unprecedented growth. It's shaping a whole new era of retail.
totally. Think about how this rapid acceleration, especially seeing it in such diverse regions all across the globe, it really suggests that the future of retail is becoming truly global,
Yeah.
but also virtual and maybe deeply personal in new ways. So just to summarize then, this deep dive really shows us that the virtual reality and read market isn't just growing, it's accelerating, like at an incredible pace worldwide. We've got North America and Asia Pacific leading in terms of current market size, but it's regions like Africa that are showing the fastest adoption rates, which truly signals a global transformation in how we shop.
hmm As the source material notes, the future of retail really does look like it will be more virtual than ever before.
Definitely. So given these incredible projections, here's something to think about. What's one everyday shopping experience you think will be completely transformed by virtual reality in, say, the next 5 years? What really stands out to you?